Morning, a very happy morning to you, Marcus, from India. And on behalf of all of our members who are here, and on behalf of all the members who really don't know what they are missing if they are not here, okay, they would later on get to know about it, what have we missed on. Marcus, handing over the dice to you, just one support from you would be needed. Whenever you want the slides to change, let me know.
Sure.
And I'll put myself on mute now. Go ahead, Marcus. It's your time. And before you start, Marcus, for all our members who have just joined here, let me just brief about Marcus a bit. Okay, we have been connected on Facebook, and obviously Khalid was the one who introduced me to Marcus. And Marcus have been a best-selling author and a Facebook marketing trainer, an entrepreneur since 2010. He shares his strategies and tactics to entrepreneurs that they can fully leverage and capitalize on their personal network to generate business. So, gentlemen, it's going to be a real learning session for all of us here. Understanding tips. We learn from Mac as to what LinkedIn is all about. I think we will learn from Marcus what Facebook is all about, and we have been more on Facebook than on LinkedIn. So let's see how we can turn it out for our benefit here. Marcus, over to you. I'll not talk in detail about you because I know you would love to talk about you here. So go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Kunjan, and a very good morning to everyone. It's such an honor to be here. I get to know a few of you earlier, then I realized that wow, you guys are running big businesses. So there's definitely a lot I can learn from you guys. So this morning, I like to share a few things with you. Yes, I am a zero budget Facebook marketing trainer. What it means is that when you go onto Facebook, there's two parts. One, people think about business, and the first thing is, oh, I need to have a page, I need to launch Facebook advertisements, right? But in reality, is this for smaller entrepreneurs, they may not be ready to play the Facebook page game because they do not have enough budget to launch advertisements, and they do not have enough technical ability and technical knowledge to run A/B testing, to have really good copywriting, to take professional photographs to be on their pages. So here comes me and say, hey, look, you already are on Facebook. You have hundreds of friends, if not thousands. Why not capitalize on that? And I discovered this when I was running my business due to my inexperience, where we ran out of budget to do marketing. So I will share with you the story a little on later. So Gunjan, shall I run the slides from your side or okay? Yeah. Okay. So in Malaysia, we were into lockdown, MCO, movement control order, back in March. So it's a horrible period, right, for a lot of businesses because nobody can go anywhere. So this is the English saying: when life gives you lemons, make lemonade and sell it for a profit. But now, many businesses are still suffering. So here, I would like to enlighten everyone and say, hey, why do you stop at selling lemonade? Why don't you sell more things? And I have a list. You can teach people how to make lemonade. You can teach people how to make cocktail, mocktail. You can sell lemons to bakers, ice cream manufacturer, essential oils manufacturer, programs how to make money. And you can even sell photos and videos of lemons if you are a good photographer or videographer. So it's all how we look at the situation and how we turn it into a lucrative business just from lemon alone. So hope you get the metaphor. Okay. So next, here is how I generate my leads. I will have a post on Facebook and I will put a photo that tells a story. And this is one example. This one post got me 45 leads. So what are my leads? I'm a speaker, I'm a trainer. So what I do is I conduct trainings and talks and I want to invite people to my program. Sometimes it's complimentary, but most of the time it's paid. So I wrote here, when I first started, I used words. Next, I hired graphic designers. Then I used Canva. Now I use video. Shooting video promo for next talk on digital marketing this June. If you're interested to discover how I generated inquiries within 5 minutes without having to pay Facebook comment I want. So this is the value that I threw out. And this photo tells a story. So this is what I call a BTS photo. Have you heard of the phrase BTS? Behind the scene. So behind the scene photo is super powerful. So if any one of you here, if you ever have the chance to be interviewed please take a behind the scene photo like this, because the perception is like, hey, wow, you have this lighting, you have these guys, you have this camera, there must be something big going on. But sometimes you are just, playing around with your friends. So this is marketing, right? So you can write something very meaningful, and then they will say, look, the comments down there, I want. So I get them to say I want. Then now I have the permission to market to them. So if let's say Gunjan commented I want, now I can say, hey Gunjan, you commented you want to attend my talk. It's happening this Saturday, 3 p.m. Indian time, for example. So they will feel very comfortable. What I do not recommend is how a lot of people do it. They will just put the product and say, hey, buy this, call me, this is my number. If you do this, you are like a salesman. So in Facebook, we like friends. We don't like salesmen that much, right? Because nobody comes to Facebook when they want to buy something. They will go to Amazon, they will go to eBay, they will go to different e-commerce websites. Okay. So yes, this is what I hope to inspire everyone to achieve. And here, your greatest enemy is the thought of trying to be perfect. Progress must come before perfect. Many people are not doing anything because they are so concerned about their hair, their background, their everything, until they are not ready to go online. They are not ready to shoot their first Facebook live, or even post certain things about their lifestyle. They're too afraid of too many things. So my philosophy is just do it and then improve along the way. Okay, next slide. So here's a quick introduction about me. I started my career as a business analyst in the IT industry, where I was sent to Vietnam by a Chinese company, and I was solving system bugs. I think we have some IT friends here. So back then, life was really taxing because I worked very long hours, and that's when I decided that, hey, if I can work such long hours for my boss without taking any breaks on Saturday, Sunday, I think I can do something on my own. So when our company sent us to China, we bought wedding gowns, as you can see on the picture. Wedding gowns are not the best business for me. Of course, at the time we had no experience, but the truth is, it's very, very difficult to get repeat customers. Don't you agree? A bride who remarries will not come back to you, or we hope that they don't remarry, because it's once and for all. So it is a struggle, and you see, I appear on newspaper. So from the marketing point of view, it looks very good, but in fact, it wasn't doing well at all. But there, I gained valuable experience, because when you lose money, you gain lessons, right? Yeah. So next, and from there, I changed my business with my business partner from gowns to branded handbags, because branded handbags, a woman, a lady can buy multiple handbags in a year. And these are branded handbags like Coach, Gucci, Prada, and we import them from the US, and then we sell it in Malaysia, from the Europe and sell in Malaysia. And we did a lot of events. So we kept our costs extremely low until we made enough money. Then we set up a small office on the second floor. So this was our little office and showroom. Next. Our largest event was in Singapore back in year 2011. And this is purely our handbag event, where people queue for almost 3 hours just to buy handbags. Yes. And when that happened, I thought, wow, I'm going to be rich. But that didn't last very long, because it's like a fashion stuff, and it's a competition coming in. When so many people saw our success, everybody started to go into the bandwidth, and they say, hey, this business is good, let's do it. So everyone went into this business. So we had to pivot and do something else. Still with handbags, but I changed the model a little bit. Yeah, and we went into corporate selling, where we will be selling handbags in banks, in multinational companies, and even in our national government agency, SSM. SSM is the Companies Commission of Malaysia. Every entrepreneur must register their business with the Companies Commission of Malaysia. Why? Because we wanted to build a strong brand name for our company. If ladies or gentlemen who buy branded handbags, their first question is always, hey, are your products authentic? Are your Gucci's authentic? So instead of answering yes, 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 we just say, look, we are in a government agency that have filtered us, that have vetted us. And you see my face, you see me using my face, because I wanted to build trust. So people trust the bank. So when they saw us in the bank, then they will just say, you guys must be authentic. So that's the marketing plan. So it turned out really well. And subsequently, I was invited to give a talk in a university, and ended up the dean invited me to be a lecturer where I taught about entrepreneurship. And in my program, it was really fun, where my kids, my students, they don't have to come to class if they want to. All they have to do is to start a small business and be profitable, and they will get an A. And the problem I had with the university was I gave almost everybody A, because everybody made money, nobody lost money. So in entrepreneurship sense, they are successful, right? Because they don't have to start with any model. What I did with them is that I said, hey, look, never buy and sell, rotate it, sell and buy. And I guided them how to market their business first, collecting pre-orders, so cash in hand, so they can never ever lose money. So they make profit. But the dean later told me, Marcus, there's this thing called bell curve. Someone has to get B, someone has to get C. I couldn't agree. So there are a few more things that my dean, the new dean who hired me, came in and then said, look, we are in a government regulation. You have to follow a lot of policies, procedures. Then at the end of the day, she just told me that, well, if we ever need you again, we'll let you know. So in my mind, I can see, I'm not sure if you are familiar with Donald Trump. Donald Trump was well known for his movie, The Apprentice. You are fired. So I can sort of see that, oh, I was fired. So what did I do when I was fired? I was so mad, and then I said, it must happen for a good reason. Then I turned myself into a speaker and trainer, and I was very fortunate. The topic that I spoke about within a year, from a new trainer to 2015, 2016, I got invited to speak in one of the largest social media events in Malaysia for 3 consecutive years. This year is not happening because of COVID. So I was talking about the same topic that I'm going to share with you. Only difference is that today the session is a bit longer than this session. Okay, then I also went to Saudi. This is one of a very memorable trip because I was the only representative from Malaysia. The other speakers were all from the Middle East, so Saudi Social Media Week. Yep. Next. And here are my Saudi participants. And 10 years ago when I went there, they were very conservative, but this time it's already very different, where they would come and take photos with me, where in the past, we shouldn't be looking at ladies because that could be an offense. So it's very, very different. Culture shock for me. Okay, next. And I conduct this program to a lot of real estate agents. Anyone of you here in real estate? In Malaysia, when you're in real estate, you need to do 2 things. You need to sell properties, rent properties, and you also need to recruit. So you need to learn how to recruit, and the best way to recruit is Facebook, because Facebook shows your lifestyle. People join our teams because they see our lifestyle. So that's a key point, lifestyle. Okay, next. So there are 2 persons here. Both of them are one of my top performers, where they have received 100 over shares and 400 over likes. And this is the power of personal Facebook account, even when you do not pay for advertisement. So they've done a lot of things behind the scene. So this is the result you can see from the front. So it's a formula telling story where this lady, her name is Sia, she turned her income from a annual income to monthly income. So it's a huge achievement. So if someone wants to join the team, they see something like this, they're attracted to her as a person. Before they look at her business, they will say, wow, I want to be under a leader like that. Yep. And here, this topic has been shared in United States, 2 universities, Southern Illinois University and U of Missouri, Kansas City. And I have also shared, visited Facebook's headquarters in California. So it really opened my eye because it felt like a university campus. Almost everything is provided: laundry, shower room, food is free, and it's international cuisine. And there's so many fantastic food, and most of them are very young. And my friend who brought me in said, we look like we are having fun, but actually it's quite a stressful environment to work as well. So, well, it's a dream come true for a lot of people if you can be hired into Facebook. And this is my networking group that I co-founded. with my partner. So both of us took 7 months to go from 2 persons to 108. If you have heard of Business Network International, BNI is huge in India. Yeah, I can see some of the structure that I saw just now from Gunjan is very similar. So it's something that I've been in this group for about 9 years plus. So how I recruit, I use Facebook as well. I have not made a single phone call. I have not done any email marketing. I have only WhatsApp and Facebook with zero budget. So this was an achievement where we were on the local media, and subsequently last year we were recognized in the global stage in the World Global Conference in Poland, Warsaw. Next slide. Yeah, this was with the founder, Dr. Ivan Meister, and the CEO. Okay, next. So this was in Singapore. Next, this is in a tech university conducting program. And this was my highlight of my career. So I'm not sure if any one of you are going through this stage because of COVID and the lockdown, where we have a rock bottom stage. Business could be struggling, and then if you're at home too long, you could be having difficulties with family members, with your spouse, and you name it. So back then, my greatest pain was in 2016. I was bottom of my life, where my business was not successful because I was a trainer. I just became a trainer, and when you're a new trainer, nobody knows you. They're not willing to pay for you, which means your income just dropped significantly. And because of that, it also affected my relationship with my former fiance, and I separated with her after 4.5 years. So no business, no relationship. So in English, we call it no money, no honey. So when you're at the rock bottom situation, the best thing is that you are fearless. At first, when the publisher asked me to publish a book, I said no, I couldn't do it because no, I don't have experience, I have no budget, I am nobody wants to buy my book. That was the mindset I had. But when I was at the rock bottom, I said, look, I'm nobody now. I must do something crazy. That was to publish a book. And that whole 9 months I took to publish a book, subsequently it became a bestseller. And how do I market it? I was just using my personal Facebook account, 0 cent, not even a single cent spent on Facebook ads. Next. And the highlight is that this book, it's a top 10 business book back then, 2017, alongside Sir Richard Branson, Jack Ma, Tony Fernandez, Kiyosaki, and so on. So it's a big achievement for an unknown entrepreneur to be alongside these big names in Malaysia. So today I'm going to share with you a few tips. Okay, so this is the typical sales cycle: prospect inquiries, proposals, sales, and new customers. And I'm going to introduce you one layer called Facebook friends and followers. They may be friends, but hey, friends are supposed to support us, right? If the friends do not support us, that means we haven't done our part. So now I'm going to share with you a few tips and tricks so your friends will support you. Okay, next. There are 3 big pillars in Facebook: profile, page, and group. Facebook programmed us to use page because that's how Facebook makes money. Okay, and here I am and saying that before you learn to spend money, learn to make money first, you use profile. So you can Google more about this. I will go into the details. Okay, next. There are 4 types of personalities when you do something on social media, not just Facebook. Okay, buyers are who we love the most. These are people who say, hey, I want your product. How can I buy? Where can I buy? How much? Okay, they pay us. Perfect. Observer are those who are just watching, silent. They may not even click like. Supporters are those, they are your friends. Like, I believe this group is our supporter. So if I were to do something, you will click like. Or if Gunjan were to do something, I will click like, because we are friends. We support each other. And then spy. Spy could be someone that does not surface, and their motive could be to find out what we do. Could be our competitors as well. So a lot of people are focused on spy when they tell me things like, Marcus, I don't want to do or say anything on social media because I don't want my competitors to know what I'm doing. So I say, hey, if you have this mindset, you are sacrificing yourself for spies rather than your buyer, observer, and supporters, because Buyer, they want to buy from you, they will listen to you. Supporter, same thing. You want to convert your observer into supporter and then buyer, right? Yes. And a lot of people are selling stuff. So if you sell stuff, the buyers will be interested. But how do we involve our observer and supporters? So the angle to do it is this. You teach them something. When you teach something, your buyer would appreciate, because if I teach you how to use this laptop, you will end up buying this laptop. So the observer will say, hey, wow, using this laptop can help me save time, save money, and so on. And your supporter will also be connected to your content. So which is why teaching is really one of the best marketing techniques. Okay, next. And do not be afraid to teach, because you can duplicate my business model, my social media posts, and even my product offering, but you can't put in my soul, my energy, and my connections, and of course, my reputation and value. So we need to learn to be very abundant in our approach. Then we are not afraid to share golden nuggets with our audience. Next. So how to engage and not sell? This is the formula MEMEPO. A lot of times I receive requests from friends who ask me to like their post. So how many times can you like a friend's post, right? After a while, you get bored and like, oh, why are you keep asking me to like, share, comment? So let's turn it around. Instead of spending our energy in doing this very unproductively, why not learn the formula? This is the formula that your friends will naturally like your post, comment, and share if it's either motivational, educational, moving, entertaining, public service announcement, or events and opportunity. Okay, next. Okay, motivational post is something like this. So this was me sharing on Facebook to say my mom was not happy when I wanted to start a handbag business. So she asked me how many handbags will a lady buy in a year. So I said I didn't know, but 4 years later, I posted this and say, today I still do not know how many handbags a lady will buy, but I know banks buy many handbags. So the subtle message is I have made it, right? From starter to selling handbags to a bank, so many being sold. So this post got me 143 likes, and then the ultimate result was this. These are the comments. And in reality, the business side was I sold 5 extra bags. 5 extra bags at that time was about 300 USD each. So I made another 1,500 USD. Okay. So this is what you see on the surface, and you connect to your actual business, which is on the next slide. Okay, next. So this was the revenue from this post. So consider this. If I were to say who wants to buy this handbag, I don't think I would have 5 sales, because it's too direct. There's no storytelling, no story selling. It's like, okay, you're selling handbags, you have nothing to do with me. But when I did this, some of them asked me, hey Marcus, can I leverage on your bulk purchase price? Since you are selling so many to the banks, can I place my order into your bulk price? Of course, it's a yes. So this is indirect marketing and selling. Okay, so next. So this is very long, but I cut it short. Is I share a story to say a good friend asked about business, and then I asked this friend, is she going to networking events? She said no. Then I said, do you post on Facebook? She said no. Then my message is, who's going to buy from you when nobody knows you? So I said, for us, we need to make people know us, like us, and trust us. So there's no photo. A post like that managed to get 134 shares, 134 reactions, which is not bad. So this is education type of post. Focus on something that you do well and relate to the general public. If you're in engineering, if you talk about engineering content, then it can be too narrow for Facebook. Maybe LinkedIn is better. But if you can take your engineering content and make it a wider scope, like talking about life as an engineer as a father, things that how you explain things to your kids. So your friends will realize that, hey, you are a civil engineer, so it drills down to their brain, right? Then when they have related projects, they can ask you, hey, I remember you talk about building this bridge or building this whatever, right? Okay, so that's how we program our Facebook friends. Next. This is a story. A friend, my student, she shared a story with her and the father. You can see she's traveled around the world with her father. So the next few slides shows you the conversation. So I'll summarize it, where she had 223 reactions. Her normal post would probably have 30, 40 likes. This one has 200 over. So she shared a story where when she first started, nobody believed in her. She's in the network marketing business. So she was home and then she missed her children, but she had to sacrifice to pursue her dreams. And then her father was the one that, saw her very tired. And then she promised the father and said, "Dad, tell me from this world map, tell me where you want to visit and I will bring you there." So long story short was that within 10 years, they managed to go around the world because she was doing very well in her business. So she's saying that that was a pillar of strength. So this kind of content is excellent for Facebook. Touching, right? If you hear it, it's like, wow, the relationship with the father is so strong. Okay, so that's one marketing technique. Next. This was something I discovered by accident. Of course, this was 2 years ago where I was traveling. So going for holiday, wow, I was very excited. During holiday, I was very happy having ice cream. And after holiday, I was just tired. And I wrote there, excited to go nuts, went nuts, and looked like nuts. So this is something entertaining. I didn't know until I posted. And then you look at the number of likes. I had 400 over likes. So I didn't pay for ads. It's my own account. So this is very good content if you are in the travel business, or you can relate this to something else. Okay, next. Or if you have a passion about something, save the environment, you can do public service announcement. You will also connect with someone who has the same passion and vision like you. So this one was say no to plastic straws. Okay, this is P. And the final one, O, opportunity. So this was me sharing an opportunity with my friends where I listed my products in the e-commerce platform in Malaysia, and I said, who wants to list your products on this platform? You don't have to pay anything. Here's my friend, the head of sales, so I'll connect you guys. As a result of this post, I got a lot of likes, and the best thing was I brought 6 merchants to this platform. It's not a big number, but to him, he's very appreciative. So that's how I built relationship with him and 6 of my friends who went onto the platform. So that's opportunity to both parties. Okay, so that's how I built a lot of content opportunities. So that's the formula MEMEPO. Okay, so if you have questions later, we can talk about it. And the most important thing is if we are on Facebook, same thing on LinkedIn or Instagram, we need to have friends, followers, and friends. Without the lockdown, this was the fastest way for me to grow my friends, because each time I give a talk, I would take the Wi-Fi. So when someone sees their face on the photo, very quickly they will request for a friend add. And if I recognize them, then I will just approve, because this is a person that attended my talk. I'm comfortable adding this person, and most of the time they are my potential customers, right? So this is something you can do as well, but now we don't have physical events, so we do that in Zoom. So what you can do is like this, you can capture a screenshot and then post it on Facebook, and then Facebook will do work for us. It's going to tell these people in the photo and say, there's a photo that looks like you, would you like to tag yourself? And then naturally, they're going to add you, especially when you are the speaker. This is a common human behavior. Okay, next. Or you can become a content provider. You go on Facebook Live, then you naturally will receive context. So this was during the beginning of the lockdown where I had a 200 over live audience. So that was the period. Now I think it's less, much less, because everyone is already out and about. Okay, next. So on social media, if you're good at selling products, you are a good salesman. If you're good at providing solutions, you are an entrepreneur. So we should be entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs can also sell, right? But salesmen only knows how to sell. They may not know how to build relationship or build branding. To them, it's all about numbers, all about ROI, sales. So if it's on your friend list, you can be a scary person if you are a very aggressive salesman. It's like, oh, no, I don't need your product. Stop asking me. So we have to be very tactful. Okay, next. So this is one photo that I'd like to trigger you to think. If you look at this photo, can you think of a few things that I could sell? So most natural one would be crab, right? I was cooking crab. So I wrote here, never in my life bought so much groceries. Proudest purchase, a mud crab. How to kill and clean, I have no idea. Just 3 hours to figure out, and I will find a way. So I just posted this, and then I had close to 160 likes. Wow, that's not bad. So from here, it looks like a very surface photo, but if you look deeper, you can sell tons and promote tons of products and services. So this is a finished product. This was my first time. I think when it came out from the steamer, it wasn't very cooked, so I had to cook it again. But for marketing point of view, the job was done. Okay, I got these free likes, and then if I wanted to, I could promote fresh crab, cooked dish, sauces, spices, condiments. I could also sell plates, forks, spoons, pans, cooking utensils, steamer, oven, home electrical appliance, apron, gloves, cabinets, furniture, kitchen top, decor, tiles on walls, and the list is so long. So this was my friend who sells fans. I said if I were selling fans, I would do a cooking session in his warehouse. So it's like, wow, why are you cooking in this place? Well, the purpose is so you ask me this question. So I have a chance to tell you, oh, I'm in the fan business. Are you feeling warm? Okay, and next are things that you can sell, promote beyond the photo. You can be promoting food photography services, right? Because you can show before, after. You can promote photo editing classes. You show the before and after, make it really obvious. You can sell the photos if you take really good photos, graphic design, copywriting service classes, lighting, interior design works, blinds, curtains, business coaching using crab as an object, skincare, feng shui, kitchen should be at this location, financial planning, vitamin supplements, anti-cholesterol, and the most powerful one, the one that I like most, is the final one, which is you can promote branding, marketing, advertisements, because it's just so. Next. So here are some of the results. It's a bit lengthy, but I'll just show you some leads. Okay, next, I'll show you the formula, how you can do that. These are just examples. Okay, so this is a very powerful post. He's my one of my participants. He's only 22 years old, and he's doing a very successful business on e-commerce selling fans. Okay, so this is the formula where he posted. He got 49 leads. So let me show you the formula that you can adopt in any of your posts if you want to generate leads. So this is the format. So there are 3 layers. So first is always the tough, set, humble beginnings. When I first started, can you see the blue color box? He started by selling extension cable reel. You know those cable reels? They're not very sexy, right? And he had to go one by one, knock on doors, putting flyers into mailboxes, and get chased off by security guards. And even selling in Pasar Malam. Pasar Malam is our Malaysian night market. So it's seen as not sexy at all. It's like lower income earners. So then you will be selling at the night market, right? So he shared slowly he moved into marketplace. So in Malaysia, the 2 big ones are Lazada and Shopee. And he hit 7-digit ringgit. So that's about $1 million. It's about 250,000 USD in his first year when he was 21 years old. So 250,000 ringgit is amazing for a new entrepreneur selling fans. So the formula is this: the tough, humble beginning, then his success. And then you need to have an element. Why should your audience care about this? Then I highlighted this: 7 tips to 7-digit income, because most people would like to have 7-digit income. It's a lot in Malaysian standards, and it's 7 tips. So okay, now you attracted me to read about your story, and I want to learn and be like you. And what's next? So the final one is a simple call to action. So what he did was to say, comment, I want. If you forgot about the call to action, you have just wasted the opportunity, because your social media friends have no clue what to do next. They may not be asking you, so what? They won't type that, right? They say, okay, good for you, bye. So you miss the opportunity. So you want to make them do something, a very, very simple action, and then you have gotten their permission to contact them for the next step. Okay, so what he does is he would have a Shopee workshop. Okay, so that's the knowledge. And now sharing with you my upcoming projects. See if this is something that we can collaborate on. So my next book would be Condoms for Entrepreneurs, Safe Zero Budget Sales and Marketing Tactics and Ways to Protect Your Business. And this is a book targeted at micro and small business enterprises in Malaysia, because leveraging on my first book. So the second book will be targeting the same audience, and it is going to be a platform for entrepreneurs or businesses to market their business into this community. Why? For example, if you are doing a website, okay? If you build websites, business owners need websites. If you're doing certain businesses, even like digital marketing, if you are targeting the Malaysian entrepreneurs, then I believe I can be your passport to penetrate into this market, because the book will be sold, pre-sold before it is published. So if any one of you are thinking of publishing a book, the art to being a bestseller is to engage the audience and market your book before the book is out, not after. Because if you market it when the book is printed, it's too late. So we have to market our product services by engaging our target audience. Even before the book will be out, they will ask, hey, where can I buy? When can I buy? And I would get their feedback, and then only I write the book. It's not my book this way. People don't care about my book, right? So if I invite you to contribute, you will feel that it's part of you as well. So if you go to Amazon or if you go to the bookstore, you will proud to tell your friends that go with you, hey, this author, before he published his book, Marcus actually consulted me for my advice. Wow, you have bragging opportunity, right? And it's the truth. That's why if you are writing author, you want to talk to as many people as possible to make them feel involved in your book, because most of the authors do not do this. They just lock themselves up, they just write a book, and then they convince you to buy without knowing if the book is going to sell well. So it's the other way around. So this is my upcoming project I've started. And the second one, I think Gunjan briefly mentioned. So I'm starting a home cook community. If you are free this evening, 8 p.m. Malaysian time, which is 5:30 Indian time, please feel free to come online and interact with the Malaysian home cooks, because what I'm doing with them is I want to help them to get a lot of discounts when they buy their ingredients, and they can turn it into a business and also be ambassador, online entrepreneur, and generate business, just not from only the food, but also from what's around them. Okay, next. I also have a gift for you at the end, so pay close attention. Okay, next. So my aim is to gather 300. This one 165. Today I already have about 200. So get appointed by brands. So I'm appointed by a few brands and start cooking. And yeah, next year there's a huge cooking event in Malaysia, which is going to be a World Guinness Book of Record. It's supposed to happen in March, but now it's postponed to September, which I am the ambassador. Okay, if you go to the next slide, you will see the organizing chairperson, Chef Arthur. So I'm appointed as the ambassador. So I'm promoting the cooking event to invite home cooks and chefs from all over the world to come to Malaysia and take part, because when you take part, you will get a certificate. If you do okay, you will have a bronze medal, otherwise silver or gold. And it's a World Guinness Book of Record event, so you can have this certificate placed on your restaurant or on your store or even at your home kitchen. I believe that will help you sell your home recipes really well. And this was the event, and if you can see, Khalid was there as well. I'm not sure if you can see him with his mask on. Yeah, so this is the home cook project. So books and cooks is both my focus, books and cooks. And finally, this is the gift for you. You want to start on Facebook, but if you do not know what to post, I have compiled more than 100 posts for you to just copy, modify, and post. Why modify? Because if you don't modify, your friends will feel funny when you sound like Marcus. So you want to change the language to sound like yourself, and then you can pick when your birthday is coming, what should you be writing? Because your birthday is the most powerful post. I've just broken my birthday record with 800 over likes. So these 800 over persons would know what projects I'm working on. So it's easier for me to talk to them when I meet them and connect on Zoom. So here you are, you can scan the QR code and you can click on the link, then answer a few questions, and then once you submit, this PDF file would be yours, and feel free to use it. And if you have questions, you can always reach me from Facebook, WhatsApp, and we'll see what we can do together from here. So that's the end of my sharing. I hope you enjoyed it. And once again, thank you so much, Kunjan and everyone, for taking your precious time.